Hey, it's Filter Free Friday, y'all. Listen, I am so glad y'all here. If you follow me on Facebook and you read my really long commentaries that I post almost every day, then you know that me and my little 10-year-old bestie had a agreement that we were going to give away first seven books, and then it went down to five. And I thought this was going to be easy because I had two coffee table books about ferns that grow in Maine. And I think I gave them away already. So I had to come up with five fresh books that I was going to give away. One is going to be easy, not because it's not amazing. Black on Black on Black, Our Resilience and Brilliance in America by Daniel Black. I ended up with two copies of this last year for my birthday. And so I'm going to gift one to Dr. Camille Lafleur. This is an anthology, Leadership Gurus Speak Out. My former boss over at Reality Based Leadership wrote a little contribution to this, but I have all of her works. And so I thought this might be helpful to somebody else. Somebody gifted me this book, The Harbinger, The Ancient Mystery That Holds the Secret of America's Future. And I don't know, it's probably good. I just couldn't get into it. And so Jonathan Kahn, he goes. And then this was a fabulous fiction book that I'll never get back to called The Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat. It was Sharayla, my friend Sharayla, who told me to read this. And we were supposed to do a book study after we watched the movie, and we never did get around to it. But that makes four books, and I still got to find one that I'm going to give to somebody or give away. And I'm telling you what, I know I have a problem. I know the condition my condition is in, but thanks to my little KCPS student and bestie, little Dawson, I have met the challenge, and it caused me kind of go through my stuff and see, do I really like this book? I remember when I did Marie Kondo's Does This Thing Spark Joy? Books was the hardest thing for me to kind of go through. And should anything happen to me, I know my son's probably just going to put all this stuff on the curb. So if you're a book lover, make sure you be here. But today, what I really wanted to talk about is this concept of triangulation, because I noticed that two former friends were really buddied up, and I have fallen out with both of them. And my first thought was, they talking about me, because that's ego, right? That's what your ego does. I don't know if they're talking about me or not, but that's what my mind says. And it reminded me that one time my hope was that no one would see me as the person that they could come to talk negatively about someone else. I'd learned the term triangulation when I was in my first leadership assignment. It's like you're the leader, a person comes to you because they want to tell on someone else. People don't like it when you call it tattling, but that's absolutely what it is. When you are going to talk with someone else about somebody who is not present, that's negatively who is in power. It's tattling. I mean, I don't know. Somebody look up the real definition and tell me if it says something different. But if you go talk to my boss about me and I ain't there, I'm gonna think you tattling on me. So I knew I didn't like that. And I know far more about hypocrisy than I know about anything else. And if I don't like something, why would I engage and cause other people to be involved in it? And so it is too common for a person to go to the leader and say, hey, did you know so and so did X, or I wanted to alert you to X. And then the leader, instead of talking to both people or even coaching the person that's in front of them, the one who came to tell, they say, okay, thank you. And then go talk to the person and say, well, I heard, or they never say, Jane said that they're going to say, I'm hearing X and just wanted to get your perspective. And it does two things, right? It does two things. It lets the person know that, first of all, you're talking about me behind my back. But secondly, it diminishes trust. You think I trust you? And I know you and my team members talking about me behind my back. And so one of my former leaders, actually the owner of a company I worked for, said, when someone comes to you to talk about someone else, there are two things that you can do. One is, oh my God, I love her, or I love him. What do you mean? I haven't had that experience. Because if you're silent, people think you agree. And also, if people know that you are having a positive experience with someone, they are less likely to go down this negative road, quite frankly. And so that was one thing that she said, dude, just be like, oh my God, I love them. Especially if you like the person and you don't have the same experience, so that they can say, so that they can see that that's where you are on it. The second thing she did is, let's say Kim is coming to me to talk about Dolores. When Kim comes to me and she's like, Dolores did XYZ, my job is to go say, oh, okay, Kim, let's go talk to Dolores. You come too. You know, it, I can't give people courage. I can't. I can't give myself courage. Sometimes people think I have far more courage than I do. What is more true or as true is that when faced with a difficult situation, I feel the same fear as everybody else, but I allow my values to guide me to do what's necessary and right and good anyway. And if it is related to competence, justice, or humor, I'm going to. Like this week, one of my family members came to was at my house and talking with me about another like in-law ish, and I was just like, you know what? Every time I've experienced them, it's been great. It's been wonderful. Because I like strategy number one. You don't just sit by and let people disparage somebody when you have a different experience. And I was watching Pastor Reverend Dr. Howard John Wesley on Sunday, and he was talking about David and this one time when David got tired. And David had gotten tired because the Philistines kept coming back again and again and again and again. And if somebody lies on you, if somebody got negative stuff to say about you in their like just in their repertoire, it is probably not a good idea for you to think they're gonna lie once and never lie again. I have found in my own experiences that if someone believes a lie about you, or if somebody is trying to protect themselves and they have a lie that they are telling about you in order to protect themselves, telling their side of the story, that they are not going to do that one time. They're going to continue to do that over and over and over again. And and while not purely the definition of triangulation, but somebody lies, then you to tell somebody else, and then you go in there trying to correct the lie. Now you have created a triangle yourself. It's like, babe, you can't chase it down. You can't chase it down. And so don't try. That's point number one. But also, point number two is when you are the person who people think they can come to with this foolishness, I want you to have the discipline, the courage, the energy, the passion, and the commitment not to pick up that road, not to get involved in that. It's no, no. I have decided that I do not want to be the person for whom other people think they can call and be like, let me tell you about X. Let me tell you what so and so did. Mm-mm. No, no, I don't want to be that portal for drama. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. This, I think, is true in our individual experiences, but I also think it is true when we think about our leadership roles, especially if you are in leadership. You think you out here Captain Save-A-Hole because somebody came to you and you go running off trying to fix it, running off trying to problem solve, running off trying to be the investigator. What you did when somebody comes to you to talk about somebody else, and you go talk to that somebody else and get all in that triangle, what you did was just make trust go down, make that other person feel like, yep, I'm the person for whom I can go tell on. And listen, if it's illegal or unethical, all bets are off. But otherwise, if there's anything that you need to talk to somebody about, talk to them about it to their faces, man. And then we try to say, oh, we got to create psychological safety. I don't want to create psychological safety for you talking about people behind their back. I don't want it to feel safe for you to do that. I don't want it to feel safe for you to do that. And I don't want you to feel safe for you to do that personally or professionally. But look, I'm always open to being wrong. My little friend Dawson, I told him to pick a number from 1 to 10 because I was picking him up from camp. It was a like fluke of a situation that I was even over there picking that boy up from camp. But there's a little library sitting right outside the door. And so we sat down on the bench because his mama was coming, and he goes in the little library and picks out this coffee table book about bread. And he really wants this book. And he really took it home. And I said, okay, I'm a hoarder of books, but so is this little boy. And what I realized in that moment was, hey, Dawson, pick a number from 1 to 10. He picked 7. And I said, that's the number of books we got to get rid of. Both of us were like, oh my God, 7 is a lot. And he immediately went down to 5. Dawson didn't go down to 1. I bet you I would have went down to 1 when I knew what it was. Be like, oh, can we just give away 1? He's got his 5 together, I think. When I talked to him the first day, or talked to his mama the first day, he only had 1. Later that day, he had 4. So I bet he got his 5 now. I got my 4. I'm ready, to give my 4 away. I got to find one more because I can't find that coffee table book about ferns. But what I know from the experiences that I have with him is that you might feel a thing and then know within yourself that you can know you need to do something and do it. And you might not be ready to do it all the way just yet. So maybe he wasn't going to do 7, but he was really to do 5. But he taught me that you don't pick one. And so I want you to join me. And maybe you ain't ready to go to 7, but I want you to join me in not being the person that other people can come to tell you some bullshit about somebody else, personally or professionally. Join me. Join me. I don't care if it's individuals or if it's groups. You come to me and you want me to tell me about a promoter that you don't like. I don't know that promoter. I have not had that experience. Again, we're not talking about illegal or unethical situations. So don't get in my DMs talking about systemic racism. We ain't talking about that. You know what we talking about. We talking about gossiping, telling, lying, no backbone having jellyfish who try to get somebody else to do their bidding for them. Don't be the portal for it. Don't be the portal for it. It's Filter Free Friday, y'all. We got work to do.